Okay, I'm going to show you my garden again. This is a black cherry tomato. It still is not growing. It's got fruit on it though. It's been raining all week except for one day, and I fertilized it, so my garden's really taken off. This is a celebrity hybrid watermelon on the ground next to it. This is a pruning from two prunings from a Bonnie original celebrity hybrid. I took that first celebrity hybrid off of that one, the pruning clipping, whatever, watermelon on the ground. This is the first Bonnie original. I'm going faster on this video than the previous ones just to get through them. It broke, and it's not doing so good. It's got fruit on it though. This is a cherry tomato, sweet 100. Here are some clippings that I planted. That one's got like a big stem that's going on in that pot. They're black cherries. I want to try growing it somewhere else, see if it's not such a crappy plant. And black prince clippings too are in there. Here's another sweet 100, super sweet 100, delicious, my favorite. Well, no, not my favorite anymore, but it used to be. That's one of my favorites. Here's a Roma tomato from the store. These things are like, they don't taste as good as the other ones. Here's little cherry tomatoes that came from this Roma seeds too. It's like a mix match genetic grab bag of tomatoes. Here's another Roma. They're all kind of different. Here's a couple of more Roma tomatoes from the grocery store. See, I threw a bunch out, and they all rotted and sprung up, and these tomatoes last a long ass time. Like I left some in the car, and they were in there for like a week in the hot sun in the car, and they're still like perfect looking. Look, this is I don't know what kind, some kind of chili pepper, but it's doing good. I didn't show it long enough. I'm going fast. Here's some watermelons that are against the fence. See the weeds? There's weeds all over the place, man. Because of that rain we just had. Another watermelon. I try to weed here and there whenever it's too bad. Like here, it was terrible. Pulled them all up. There's another watermelon. And see, all in there was weeds, and I pulled them up and threw them back this way. I'm going to plant something in there. Some more yellow cherry tomatoes. I love those the most. This is some zucchini that had some powdery mold on it, but I killed it with Clorox bleach and water, sprayed it on there, and trimmed some leaves off, and can't find any mold anywhere. This had some mold too. I sprayed all these plants with that bleach. Look, this is butternut squash. You can barely tell that there's a lot in there, but there is a lot in there underneath all the weeds. I don't know when they're ripe, man. I don't know when to pick them. I don't want it to get rotten, and I don't want them to not get ripe. I want to try see what they taste like. This is a purple Cherokee hybrid tomato plant. I planted some suckers out of that. This is a Mr. Stripey. I still have to prune this some. I haven't pruned this one yet. They all have some fruit on there. Look like they're doing good. This is a Black Prince. This one's really doing good. And it started off real wimpy. But I pruned that one pretty good. Like, and then planted some good soil that I finally bought some. This is a yellow cherry tomato, and this thing, man, those things are so good. Like, they're delicious, and it's growing fast. It's outgrowing the other ones, the other cherries. And the birds don't even eat them because they're yellow, and the birds don't like to eat yellow things. So it's like, this is a sucker from that one that I planted, and it's almost as big as the first one. And then there's another sucker here. I got 3 yellow cherries going. Like later on in the summer when they're all bushes and they're huge, and just I'm gonna be eating those till I get, Montezuma's revenge. But they're so good, I bet you I will. I just love them. Some more zucchini. I'm just kind of. I've been giving away lots of zucchini. People are loving them. Cantaloupes in the ground. They were rejects, but now they're full-on plants with fruit. Here's some eggplant. They used to have aphids and ants crawling all over them. I don't know if it's because it's like in the evening, not evening, but dusk time. They're asleep or they died because I sprayed them with nicotine and soap. It probably killed them. Here's some, these are just all eggplants. I'm surprised that they lived, to really tell you the truth. When they were little, they were just like totally eaten up. Another random cantaloupe that's on the ground back here. It's got a big one on there. I don't know if there's any more because all the vines are in the weeds. And then, oh yeah, this is the plant. This plant right here is amazing. It is a super sweet 100 that I pruned off those ones that I was showing earlier, but it's already bigger than them. And it's like, this morning I went out there, it was almost up to my nipple, almost, not even quite. Then I went out there, this is the evening, and it's already up to my clavicle. It grew like 4 or 5 inches today, during the daytime, I swear. I have proof. This is a plant right here is going nuts. It's huge. It's going up that tree. I don't know why. But here's my melon hill. It's a melon hill. I hate this damn hill. I mean, it's got some good fruit on it. Hopefully they're good. I haven't eaten them yet. We'll see if they're good. It's got like 3 good-sized watermelons and a little one growing that are the biggest ones in the garden because they're the oldest. But I have to water this hill quite frequently because it dries up. And it's like I have to be careful how I put water on it because it'll erode it. And it's mainly a bunch of gravel with some topsoil scooped in there, little holes. But I mean, it's all right. It's got some 3 good ones on there. This one's probably the biggest one. The little squiggly tail got dry a long time ago, but I didn't pick it because I don't think it's ready. It's supposed to get 35 pounds. But I think the squiggly tail got dry because I broke it myself because I move around the vines a lot. Like I redirect them so that they can get, so I can walk around. These are 4 ground cantaloupes. I say ground cantaloupes. I don't know why I say that. That's stupid. They're cantaloupes and they're planted like in the ground in a hole. I dig a hole, put a little bit of good dirt in the hole, and planted the cantaloupes in there, and then fertilize them every once in a while. Water them every day. And the hole that I dug for these are not that deep because I was kind of like I didn't really plan on them living, so I pretty much just stuck them in the ground. Got some cantaloupes, but just remember what these look like because I planted some a lot later than these in a good sized hole with pretty good dirt. Not really good, the same dirt, but more of it. And they're bigger already. Here's some Homestead heirloom tomatoes. I got a 4-pack at Home Depot and just put them in the ground because I'm not using any cages or anything. They're just kind of bushy. Luckily, they're bushy. I didn't know that at the time, but I'm glad because cages are kind of a pain to make, even though I could really just weld up an elaborate. I could do anything pretty much. But I don't. I never do. Look, here's some watermelons that are in the ground. Just kind of ones that were kind of rejects. Like I never noticed that hummingbird flying around before. Okay, look. They're in the weeds, but they're watermelons in there. It's hard to see them because they're just like vines. They're not really bushy vines. They're just kind of going out. They have a lot of room to stretch. But every watermelon here is only supporting one. Every plant is only supporting one watermelon. And that's by nature. I'm not pruning or anything. One of them had 2, but one of them became an abortion and started rotting. So, but these are supposed to be big ones. I don't know if they're supposed to have more than one, but I got lots of watermelon plants, so I'm not worried about it. But it's just weird. Yep, that's a watermelon too. Here's another zucchini out here in the middle of the melons. Look at this. These are 13 cantaloupe plants. They're from the same seeds as the other ones. But they were started later. But I put a pretty decent hole. I don't know why I'm starting to stutter. I put a pretty decent hole in the ground, put some dirt in there, and then made a little berm or brim around it so that the water will stay on it pretty good and soak it in. And fertilizing them. It's been raining, but these are big, way bigger than the other ones. And they're younger, and they have more melons per plant, like at least 3 that I counted, maybe more, that are pretty good size for how young they are. These are sugar baby watermelons. They're going to be the little ones, and there's 10 of those, and there's 10 Congos. These are the youngest plants that I have, but they're getting a good start. I fertilized them with some Miracle Grow.